Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a 24-hour readathon. I'm really excited because I haven't done one of these in a very long time. I have some plans for this readathon, like what I'm going to be reading and stuff, but it's gonna be really chill. Definitely gonna prioritize sleep still because I've actually been falling asleep pretty early every night and waking up at like 8 a.m, which is great. So I'm finally like getting a normal sleep schedule back. So I'm not going to completely undo that and like stay up super late tonight. Might try to get up at like 6 tomorrow morning if I can. But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna be sleeping but trying to read as much as possible. I have 3 books here. The goal is to start and finish the coffee break book club picks. If you didn't know, I have a book club that I run with Janelle from Janelle Kayla, and we always pick 2 books every month to read with you guys, and we have an Instagram, a Discord, and then we have live shows at the end of the month to discuss. So the 2 picks that we have for April are The Maid by Nita Prose and The Paris Department by Lucy Foley. So they're both like thrillers. This one's more of a mystery, I think. That is the plan, to read both of these. I'm excited that I'm gonna be vlogging it so you guys can hear a little bit of my thoughts. And if you're also reading with us for the book club, you can hear a lot more of like the spoilery thoughts that we'll have in the live shows at the end of the month. So this vlog will be spoiler free. If you want to hear some thoughts on the spoiler parts, that's what the live shows are going to be for. Okay, and so then on top of those, my current read actually is The Push by Ashley Aldrain. So this is kind of like a thriller vlog also. So I am doing this one as a buddy read with one of my friends. So I'm not really sure how much of this I can read for this vlog. Like if we're planning to finish it tomorrow, I might be able to read the rest of it for the vlog. If not, I'll just update you with like what I do get up to. But I'm currently on page 126 of this. I'm really enjoying this one. It's a little bit different and the writing style is interesting, but it's actually like really addictive to read because there's really short chapters. I can read books like that super fast. You know, like I finish a chapter, I'm like, oh, just start another chapter. Like that last one was super easy, so let's just read another one. And then that just keeps happening. And then on top of that, the story is pretty interesting and I want to know like what's going on. It's pretty addicting to read and I'm reading it really fast, so that's good. It's a psychological thriller and this mother doesn't have a very good connection with her daughter. Like you follow the story of the daughter being born and immediately this mother is not connecting, not feeling motherly love towards this child, which is really hard and sad to read sometimes because of the child abuse that you're reading through the mother's mind. Like you're reading about how this mom is feeling and how she like wants to neglect her child. So it's really hard to read and very bothersome and troubling, but it's very psychological. So like, is there something wrong with the daughter, or is it all in the mother's head? As the child grows up, they're struggling to be normal, quote unquote, but like the child's like acting out kind of violently, and Blythe, the mom, feels like her child doesn't love her. I don't know, there's just like lots of weird things happening. So I'm curious to see what is actually happening, if it is all psychological and whatever. But then the mom has another baby and it's a boy, and right off the bat with that child she does feel that motherly connection too. So now she's even more convinced that there's something wrong with her daughter, and it's not her personally being like a bad mom or whatever. But there's lots of different timelines that you have to really pay attention to, like context clues, to really find out like when that chapter is taking place or who she's talking about, because part of this book is told in second person, and that's like when she's talking to her husband. So when it says you, it's like she's talking to her husband, whose name is Fox. And so like it's just kind of all over the place, but again, really addicting and I'm enjoying it. Okay, so I just messaged with Elena, the person I'm buddy reading this with, and we decided to stop at like chapter 60 today, which is a good chunk. Ew. Is that something in my book? I think that's just an ink splotch. I thought that was like a dead bug in there. I was like, ew, gross. Chapter 60 is close to page 200, just past page 200. So that's a good chunk. I'll be able to read that first probably. And then I'm gonna start with The Maid, and I'll get into more of like what these are about once I start them. So I've got my second cup of coffee already and we're just gonna start reading. Oh, I didn't tell you what time it is. Now it's 11:25 already, and I was gonna start like at 11 on the dot. I didn't get around to filming this intro in time, so we're just gonna start whatever time it is that I start reading and take it till that time exactly tomorrow. So full 24-hour period, and just see how much I can get done during that. it's a little bit later now and I've finished the portion I needed to read for the push. So that's page 209. So I think I'm gonna be able to finish this tomorrow. I think that's our plan. I'm actually really surprised at how much I'm enjoying this because it's very psychological, and normally I'm not like super into that type of thriller because I want more action and stuff, but I'm finding this story to be really interesting. I'm really starting to feel for the main character. Like, she's going through so much, so many like terrible things are happening to her and no one's believing her and they all think she's crazy. So I know that that's actually a trope that a lot of people don't like in thrillers, when the main like conflict is the main character just not being trusted or not being believed, and it's like all chalked up to be like mental illness and that she's just crazy. And I can't really off the top of my head right now think of another thriller that does that, so I don't know like if that's something that would generally bother me, but I don't know. Like, all that to say that I'm actually really liking this one because it's just really intriguing, and I feel like it's gonna end up going in a way that I'm not expecting. I mean, I just really don't know what's gonna happen, so I just want to finish and find out. So yeah, I'm excited that it's going well. I don't think it's gonna be a 5-star just because I'm picky with my 5 stars, but I really think this will end up being on the higher scale of a rating. So yeah, that's really exciting. But I am going to put it down for now and start reading The Maid. I'm looking forward to this. This book is under 300 pages, so I'm hoping I can finish this like in one sitting. Hopefully it's really like engaging and that I can just keep reading and not feel like I need to take a break because I'm bored or whatever. That's what I'm gonna start with now, and I'm kind of hesitant to read the whole synopsis because I kind of want to go into this one blind. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll come back after I've read like the first 100 pages or so, let you know what's happening. I've read the first 100 pages, which brought me all the way up to chapter 9 now, and I'm loving this so far. It's going really well. The main character is super fun to follow. This is about the maid, the main character. Her name is Molly Gray. She works for this hotel Regency place, and she's 25 years old. She's got a little bit of an old soul though, because she was raised by her grandmother, who you learn has passed away by this time of the book because you get like a flashback. She's a little bit of a workaholic. She just loves what she does. She always wants to do like the best job possible. Basically, this story is about her walking into this room to clean, and she finds a dead man in the bed. She gets all wrapped up in the case of the murder because the cause of death, it isn't ruled out that there was foul play. That's kind of interesting, and there's a lot of different characters already, but it's going really well. And that's my update. My battery's about to die, so I'm gonna read a little bit more and I'll come back, but it's super fun. The writing is great and I'm having a fun time. Okay, I just read 100 more pages, a little over 100 more, and I'm on page 215, which is chapter 22. Molly is kind of giving me SpongeBob vibes just because like she's super into her work. She always does a good job, and she really dislikes the people that don't do a good job. She's kind of like funny. Like, she's a funny character because she is such an old soul from being raised by her grandma. She says a lot of weird things. She's like kind of gullible, easy to manipulate, but like really sweet and always wants to do things the right way. You know, sometimes that gets her into some trouble. Right now, like, things have gotten pretty messy, pretty sticky, and she's tangled up in this whole mess and this investigation going on. There's not that much left. There's maybe like 70 more pages. A lot's going to unravel, but so far it's also been pretty kind of predictable. So from where I'm at right now, we seem to know everything that's going on, but there probably will be a final twist or two. Yeah, so far it's been a little predictable with what we've already been revealed, what we've already been told. Kind of saw that coming, but honestly, I'm just having a chill time. It's been pretty enjoyable. Like, I would say above average, just because I think this is like the right time for me to be reading this type of book. If I wasn't necessarily in the mood for just like a kind of a cozy mystery vibe, like it's kind of cozy, I would say. I haven't read a cozy mystery in a long time though, so I'm not really sure if that's accurate to say, but I think at this moment, this day that I'm actually reading, it's helping me enjoy it more. You know, if there was a time where I wasn't actually in the mood for this, then it wouldn't be hitting as good, you know what I mean? But it's good that it is hitting today and that I decided to read it today. I'm thinking it is about a 4-star right now, and we'll see how it all ends. I am pretty much reading this all in one sitting. Oh, and I haven't updated you on the time at all. Let's see. It's currently 6:35, so I've been making really good progress with my reading today. I will definitely finish this before the night ends, and maybe even start Paris apartment. If not, start that first thing tomorrow and try and read that all in one sitting also. That is my update. We're gonna have some ramen for dinner in a little bit. The new Star Wars Lego game comes out tonight, which Riley and I are really excited about because we both played the original Lego Star Wars game as kids, and it's like super nostalgic for us. So I think that drops, like we're gonna get it, the download or whatever, at like 11 p.m. tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stay up that late because, like I said, I've been waking up early and going to bed early, so I'm not really sure, but that might be a good thing because I don't want to waste a lot of like my precious reading time playing video games and stuff, but I also really want to do that. So I'm not really sure how that's gonna play out. So I will be back once I finish The Maid. Okay, I'm sitting in my husband's desk area because he's out in the living room playing VR right now. So I'm just coming in here really quick to give an update on The Maid. I finished it at about 8 p.m. and it's now 9. So I finished this about an hour ago. Then I had some dinner and watched an episode of Clone Wars with my husband. So I finished this, and in the end, it all kind of just felt a little underwhelming. Like once I finished it, I still really enjoyed it, but overall it felt average, and it was just like another one of those 3.5 stars. Like I liked it, but it didn't blow me away or do anything special for me. So I am giving it 3.5 because even though it was under 300 pages, like pretty short, there were lots of slow moments that just kind of dragged on that I was kind of upset about. Like it just didn't feel necessary. I was a little bored and I wanted a little more action, but it's like it's not supposed to be action based, but I just wanted a little more I don't know. I just wanted a little bit more meat to the end and to like have something a little more substantial to blow me away. I did insert that clip though of me like getting a little shocked because there was one part that was like pretty interesting, but I don't know if there was like a whole point to that, or like I don't know. I didn't really understand. I thought maybe it was gonna have a different outcome because of that part that I read. I don't know. It was okay. Nothing to rave about forever and ever. I would still recommend it if you're in the mood for like a cozy mystery. I will say that I really did like the like hotel setting. That was a fun idea. I really liked the main character. She was super likable. I really liked her grandmother that we would always hear like life lessons from her that Molly would constantly be like hearing in her head with like her grandma's voice and stuff. So she's dead throughout the whole story. Like you don't ever actually meet the grandma. I want to see if I can hold this up. Whatever. You never actually like meet the grandma, but you just like get memories about her through Molly. Anyway, so I really liked her, and she kind of reminded me of Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda because, you know, she had lots of like great life lessons that Molly took away from and like learned from her. Those were all like really awesome. Sorry, my eye's itchy. So that's that first book club pick done, and it was pretty okay. So we'll see how everyone else liked it. I always say looking forward to talking about it in the live shows because it's always fun discussing it with you guys and all of our differing opinions and whatnot. But now it's time to read the secondary pick, The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. Really kind of nervous about this one. Curious to see how I'll like it because I did read The Guest List by Lucy Foley and it was okay. I listened to that one strictly on audio and it was pretty average, and I always say that I guessed the killer from like the first couple chapters. So hopefully this one is a little less predictable, a better, more fun premise. I did see one review of this that's actually on Scribd. Someone rated it a 1 star and said, do not read this if you know anything about Paris. So I'm wondering if that means Lucy Foley didn't do a good job at like accurately representing France. That's just what the review said. I don't know much about France or anything like that, so I won't be able to tell if anything is inaccurate or not, but I don't know. That was just something that I saw. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna start that now since it's 9 9 p.m. already. I might get a little bit of a ways through, but then I'm planning to finish the rest tomorrow morning. So I'll update you tomorrow with how far I get tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, good morning. Bad news a little bit. I did not get an early start to today that I wanted to, because I did end up getting sucked into some video games last night. I played a couple rounds of Fortnite with Riley and one of our friends. Then the Lego Star Wars thing was downloaded, so we played a little bit of that. That was a fun time, but we did end up playing that for like maybe another hour or so. I didn't get to bed till close to 1, and I am ashamed because I really wanted to wake up at like 6. So I did just wake up a little bit ago, and it's already 10:20, so I have just over an hour left of the readathon, and I only got up to page 23 last night of the Paris apartment. Yeah, so you know, I might just pop in the audiobook and see how long it'll take me to listen to the whole thing, and I guess go till I finish. Actually, I don't know if I'm gonna start with this. I think I might try and finish The Push first, because then that would be my second book for the readathon, and that would make me feel good. You know, maybe finish this in the next hour. I definitely could. After it's been an official 24 hours, I'll just extend it to finish the Paris apartment so that it makes sense to do it as like a book club vlog as well. It's really nice outside right now. 55 degrees, overcast, 55 Fahrenheit. Overcast, super windy. I love it. I might go sit out on the patio until I spot the first wasp, and then I'll come back in. Push. I finished The Push. I loved this book a lot. It actually ended up taking me a whole hour more than I thought. It took me 2 total hours, so I finished the readathon at 12:30, so it was technically like 25 hours of reading. And surprise, it's actually the next day. I ended up getting like a really bad migraine yesterday, and I will be honest, got sucked into more Fortnite, so I didn't read any more of the Paris apartment. Now that it's the next day, like the 24-hour part of this vlog has definitely concluded, but like I said, I'm going to continue it so that I can vlog my thoughts for the Paris apartment. There is the evidence that I was playing Fortnite instead of reading. I am ashamed, but also not really, because I'm just doing what I want to do, you know? Anyways, about The Push, let me wrap this up. I am settling on a 4.5 for this because I really, really loved it, and I was very, I feel like I said this already, very surprised that I loved it because it is a psychological thriller, which historically I have not always been a fan of. I find them to be quite boring. I don't care enough about the characters to really see how like it all plays out. A lot of the time it's hard for there to be a real substantial plot when it's all psychological, and for me, I'm the type of person that is not very sympathetic. Unfortunately, I struggle in that area, so when I'm reading about a character that I can tell is just kind of crazy, or an unreliable narrator, or just things that I can't necessarily relate to, I'm terrible at being sympathetic. Also, just because it's like a fictional character, I know that there's real people in real life that go through these types of things. Like, just full transparency, I still have a problem with being sympathetic. That's why psychological thrillers just aren't my jam a lot of the time. But this one, for whatever reason, was really good and held up throughout the whole thing, and I don't know why. I don't know what it was about this. I know people have said like the writing in here is super beautiful, captivating and stuff, but for the most part, like the writing isn't always a huge deal to me. It isn't always something that I'm like actively critiquing, unless it's like super cringy and hard to read, or just like on the other side of the spectrum, hard to read because it's too complicated or whatever. Typically I'm not always looking for beautiful lyrical writing unless it's like supposed to be like an urban fantasy, then I want it to be lyrical. So I don't know, like when I was going into this, I wasn't keeping in mind how I would feel about the writing for this, so it didn't matter that it was beautifully written for me. It was mostly just gonna be about how the story played out, and I really was intrigued the whole time and wanted to know the truth about the mother and the daughter, and like who was crazy, like who was the one at fault for this absence of connection between the two. So it's not entirely action packed, and there's, you know, obviously moments that are a bit slower for me, but I really liked it. The last line wasn't surprising. It didn't surprise me, didn't catch me off guard at all, but the last line sold me on this book. Like, it just was perfect. I love how the author just threw that in there, kind of an open end. You don't really know what happens next, but you really want to. So I love it when books end like that, up to your interpretation on how it continues. So yeah, I'm giving it a 4.5 just simply because I didn't get a 5-star feeling from it. I can't say that it's a 5-star just because it doesn't feel like a 5-star. Nothing that I can specifically pinpoint on why it's not. It just isn't. So 4.5 is going to be the next best thing. I could do 4.75, but I feel like that just gets a little too detailed, and then I have to like rework my whole rating system for all the other books that I've just given 4.5. You know, maybe they could be 4.7. I don't know. So I think I'm just gonna keep it at the halves and the wholes. So this is a 4.5. Really cool. Moving on now, we're gonna read The Paris Apartment. I feel like I've been, you know, dragging on it a little bit. I could have read some yesterday, but I just didn't really feel like picking it up. I'm nervous about it because I think it's not gonna be great. I think it's just gonna be pretty average, even though like I really want it to be great. The more and more like people are talking about it in our Discord, and Janelle's already read and finished it. Just based on everybody's thoughts on it so far, I'm not getting more excited to read it. That's not helping in me wanting to like pick it up, you know? But anyway, we're gonna get it done, and it's gonna be part of this vlog. I hope that doesn't bother you that it's not technically a 24-hour readathon anymore. What I was thinking though, for my next 24-hour readathons, what I need to do is just like have a timer on my phone, like the stopwatch that just continues to run until it hits the 24-hour mark, and I spend those 24 hours actually reading. So it's not within a 24-hour time span. It's me actually reading for 24 hours within a short period of time still. I wouldn't want it to take me like 2 weeks or even 1 week. I would hope I could do it in like a couple days. But yeah, I think that's how I'm gonna do my 24-hour readathons in the future, because that'll be interesting to see how much I can physically read in a full 24 hours. I really wanted to go to the gym. I got dressed this morning to go to the gym, but here I am sitting, stalling, not wanting to go by myself because I have a really hard time doing that. But I know that I'm gonna feel good if I do go, so I should, but like it's just so hard to get out of the house and go. Also, my AirPods have completely died on me. They won't turn on, they won't charge, they won't connect. There's like 0 life left in them, and that happened like 2 or 3 days ago now. And I think it's funny because I was talking about getting new headphones, noise canceling headphones that are like, you know, actual headphones and not just earbuds, because those are just more comfortable for me. My AirPods don't even fit in my ears. If I smile with them in, they'll pop out. So that's really annoying. So then I was like talking about getting the headphones, and I was kind of like trying to justify why I should buy them. Then literally like the next day, my AirPods just crapped out. So they either heard me and were like, fine, you don't like us, you don't want us anymore, we'll just go die. And then you can buy the new headphones. So that's what I did. I bought the new headphones. They should be coming in a day or two. So I might just drag this vlog out until they get here so that I can show you them, because I'm really excited about them. But that's also why I'm like struggling to get to the gym, because I don't have anything to put in my ears to listen to music or an audiobook or whatever. I've been having to listen to my audiobooks out loud and do my editing and stuff out loud. But I'm really looking forward to my headphones getting here. Alright, I did in fact go to the gym. I'm all showered and everything. Sorry the lighting is very, very blue. I'm sitting directly in front of my television. But with The Paris Apartment, I've made quite a bit of progress now. I'm almost done with it. I'm on page 284. You would think I would have thoughts at this point because I'm literally almost done with it, but I have like 0 thoughts on this, other than I'm definitely not liking the characters as much in this one as I did in the guest list. Also, another thing, I guess I do have some thoughts as I start to like rack my brain for them. I don't like that it's basically the same premise, overall plot, as the guest list is. I'm not sure if the hunting party is the same format too. I feel like it probably is. I have not read that one yet, but with like the multiple characters and like one of them dies or one of them disappears and then everyone else seems guilty, everyone else is hiding something, everyone else has secrets, and one of them is obviously going to be responsible by the end of it. So you know that Ben is the one who disappears in this one. It's like the first or second chapter where you're in his POV and he's in his apartment and he opens the door and there's somebody there that he knows and they attack him or something, and then he disappears. And then you follow 4 other characters, and they all seem suspicious for their own reasons. There's the sister, the concierge, the friend, and this other person that you find out eventually what their connection is, but you don't know that right off the bat, so I'm not gonna say. Yeah, I just don't care for the characters. The setting is also not living up to anything. Like, it does not feel like Paris at all, which kind of sucks. And so now that I know like Ben is gone, I want to know who's responsible. I want to know where he is. I don't care about all the middle fluff. So it's like I got to the point where I'm like, okay, Ben's the one's missing, who's responsible? Like, I don't want to know all the extra middle stuff. So long story short, I'm not enjoying it. I will be leaving it completely up to the plot twist on what my rating ends up being, but right now it's feeling like a 2-star. If the plot twist does something crazy and I don't see it coming, because I have some predictions, I feel like I know kind of who it possibly could be. With the guest list, I completely guessed that the first chapter of that character, I was like, they're the killer. I just know it. And so then I guessed that one completely. This one, you know, we'll see how it goes. But I have like a couple different theories, so whoever it ends up being, I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, I kind of knew, you know, whatever. Like, if you guess everybody, it's obviously gonna be somebody. Unless it's someone that we don't know, that we've not met, which would make 0 sense and really suck as a plot twist. So it has to be one of the people we've already met, right? Anyway, so that is all I care to say about this because I'm really not enjoying it. I just want to finish it and get it done with. I'm very disappointed and let down by it. There's a lot of like extra things in here that were included that felt very like last minute, but also I'm annoyed that they're in it. All this sexual tension with some characters, or just like that being their story. That's what their chapters are about. The audiobook is not good either, by the way. I don't like the voices, the characters, especially Mimi's character. Like, I know that they're supposed to have like the French accent and whatnot. It's just annoying me. So I will come back when I finish the book completely and let you know my final rating and stuff. But the live show for this one's gonna be interesting. We'll probably just end up roasting the book the whole time because I know Janelle didn't really like it either. But hopefully some people didn't hate it so that we can get their take on it. And I'm interested to watch some other live shows and vlogs and videos of people who did read this to get their thoughts on it. Like I said in the beginning of this clip, I really don't feel like I have that many thoughts. I'm feeling very disconnected to it, and this will most likely be my last Lucy Foley. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, now I'm gonna play some Fortnite. The other theme of this vlog, I've just been playing Fortnite. So that's what I'm gonna do right now with my friends. Oh wait, I completely forgot. I was gonna show you my new headphones. They came in the mail too today. They are so amazing. I love them so much. I got like the cream color and they fit just perfectly. They are amazing, and the noise canceling, phenomenal. I used them at the gym today. Let me tell you, this totally just didn't erase, but it really helped with my social anxiety. Having these on with noise canceling and just getting on the stair stepper and doing my thing, I felt like I was in my own world. I'm serious, like I've been raving about these on my Instagram lately, like on my stories and stuff, saying just like that a good pair of therapy headphones is just the key to life because there's so many benefits, like having something just so easy and comfortable to like always have on, or even if they're not on your ears, you can put them around your neck and just like always have them available to just like pop on and then listen to an audiobook while you're cleaning the house, doing the dishes, or you know, just the music in general. I find the more music I listen to, the happier I am. And I feel like that totally makes sense, and a lot of you can probably relate to that, but like I don't listen to enough music, or I haven't in the past, and I know that that has severely affected my mental health actually, because the more that I listen to music, the happier I just feel. Like I just feel so good. And so yeah, it's really helped with my gym anxiety. It's helping me like want to get to the gym. It's more fun to clean your house with them. It just is so good. So I highly recommend those because they're super affordable compared to other brands. They were like $90. I'll have the link to them in the description if you want to check them out. They're from Status Audio, and if Status Audio is watching this video, feel free to sponsor me. That would be amazing. today because I feel like I've been really doing them some favors with talking about them so much. And it was kind of random how I ended up with that pair because I just searched, I did a Google search for therapy headphones because I've been seeing the hype of those like on TikTok and stuff. I was like, you know what, I'm influenced now to get myself a pair of therapy headphones, but I don't want to pay like $300 or anything. So I looked up on Google and those were like one of the first links to pop up. So I just like went through it, read the reviews, and pulled the trigger on it. Also because my AirPods completely died. Did I tell you that? I told you about my Kindle, but my AirPods also completely died. I think I already said that. Anyway, so everything's dying on me apparently. So then I went through with getting a new pair of headphones, and I'm so glad I went with headphones instead of earbuds. But anyway, that's that. So I just wanted to show you those, and if you want to get yourself a pair, that'd be really cool. Time to go play Fortnite. My husband just came out here and told me to get on, so that's what I'm gonna go do. Bye. Hello everyone. I'm here to wrap up this vlog because I finished the Paris apartment. Okay, I don't want to talk about this for very long, so I'm gonna keep it quick. I'm giving it 2 stars. I just didn't like this at all. Like, there's not many redeeming qualities I feel are fit to mention because what I said in my last clip basically summed up how I felt as a whole. I think I reached a point even when I was at page 200 something where I knew that even if the plot twist was really good, it wasn't gonna change my feelings on this. I'm just keeping it at a 2-star because I really did not like the characters in this one. I don't like how there's so many characters always in her books. It was just like way too much for me to follow. I didn't like reading from any of their perspectives. I will say that the plot twist wasn't predictable. I did not predict it in this one. There was a lot more entanglement in the plot. It definitely wasn't just straightforward that I feel like the guest list was. So it is a little bit more weaved into a bigger scheme, but I just didn't care for it. This was just a big disappointment. So I really do think I'm done with Lucy Foley. I don't think I'm gonna pick up anything else from her. Definitely not picking up The Hunting Party because I know that's like the worst one. Even people who loved this one or the guest list didn't like The Hunting Party. So like, yeah, I'm just gonna not with Lucy Foley anymore. But I did rewatch the live show of Books and Lala's book club, the Literally Dead book club. I rewatched the live show for this to gauge their thoughts and just hear other people talk about it to solidify my feelings about it too, because I really wasn't sure if maybe I was like missing something or whatever. I watched the live show and it was helpful to hear their thoughts also. But Kayla asked like what people would want to see Lucy Foley do next, and she mentioned a cruise ship setting with like a murder mystery on a cruise ship. If she actually, you know, ever did that, which who knows, I would maybe consider picking that one up because that one sounds like a good setting. Isolated, love that. I don't know how I feel about all the multiple POVs. Like, I would have to like actually pick it up and read it to find out for sure. There's no way to just like judge it without actually giving it a shot. But like, if she did do that, I would consider picking it up. You know, I would just hope and pray and wish that she would write her characters a little better and make them more distinct because they definitely were not distinct in this. I didn't like any of them. So those are my thoughts on this. Okay, very disappointed. I am dreading talking about it in the live show if I'm being honest. I'm pretty sure the Paris apartment is going to be on my channel and then the Maid live show will be on Janelle's. I think that's what we're going to do. If you want to attend the live shows, those dates and times are TBD, but we'll let you know on the Instagram or the Discord or both. Anyway, to wrap it up, The Maid, what did I give this? Was it a 3 or 3.5? I can't remember. I think it was 3.5. Yeah, 3.5. So I actually ended up liking this one way more, even though this was average, but I really did like this one. That's it for the book club books for April. Of course, I did also read The Push by Ashley Audrain in this vlog, which was my favorite of the vlog. I gave 4.5 stars. That is it for this vlog. I really hope you enjoyed, even though it wasn't a full 24-hour readathon vlog. It was that and more. So actually, you're welcome for giving you a little bit more of me. I guess, if you want to look on the bright side of things. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys clicking on this video. Thank you so much for watching it all the way through. If you did, let's leave a little key emoji if you made it to the end of this video. I will see you guys hopefully in my next video very soon. Have a great day. Bye!